Hello everyone, I'm RecV5,
And I am Sandman99.
and welcome back to Madden NFL 2005.
Yes. And before we jump into the first game of the regular season, we have a couple of quick replays to show you. Because one of our viewers posted after the last game and asked why RecV5X does not use toss plays more than you do. You'd rather run the stretch run.
Yeah.
And so basically what we've got here is I'm playing the Nords against the Ponies here.
Yep.
And I'm on defense with the brown uniforms, and the Ponies are in the white and gold.
Yep.
On offense. And the Ponies are in the big eye, and they're going to run the standard big eye toss to the left side.
Oh, okay, yep.
Right toward where the wide receiver is. And what I want people to do is pay particular attention to the behaviors of three players in this. Like, basically I'm playing a 5-2 monster alignment here.
Yep.
But basically the two linebackers, 52 and 57, and the right defensive end, number 96 there. Want to pay particular attention to what they do and watch what they do as the quarterback turns around to toss the ball. Okay? So he turns around, stop right there. Now you'll notice that 52, 57, and 96 have all turned to their right.
Yep.
Already, and 57 has even started to take a step to his right, and that's before the ball has even been released by the quarterback. At this point, the ball is still in the quarterback's hands.
Yep.
So anyway, he makes the toss, and you can see that these three players are already running to cut the toss play off.
Yeah, and they're all way to the outside already.
Yeah, because normally what you would think is that the guard there, who's on number 57, well, he should be in a good position to block that guy, but because 57 got a head start before the play even basically started, well, he does get a bit of a block on him, but he's already starting kind of behind him, so he can't sustain that block very long.
Yep.
And if you look deeper in the backfield, you'll see number 96 there, and this should be a tackle for a huge loss, right?
Yep.
In fact, it looks like it's going to be a tackle for a huge loss, but it's not. Watch this. Suction block. Right?
Yeah, in fact, if we look at that from out here.
Yeah, he's literally right in the halfback's face, and then suddenly he just wheels to his left and crashes into the fullback, who has like some sort of a shoving block animation or something, right?
Yep. I don't know how you shove somebody that way in terms of physics. It's just the vacuum cleaner sticking out of the middle of his chest.
What this was is it's basically animation-based dice roll football, right?
Yep.
And the dice roll did not come up 5-yard loss. So basically what happened is that the animation that was chosen, I guess, would be the that one. And you know what? That is a classic case of what is called the suction block, and I think it's not just us that calls it that. And then you look at who actually makes the tackle. Well, it's the free safety who comes up to make the play. But that's because you can see where he starts from, right?
Yep.
But even so, you see that he gets a pretty early start on this run as well, right?
Yep.
And so really, assuming that the fullback there manages to take out that guy, honestly or otherwise, well, this could very easily be a run for a nice gain, except that the free safety there has already gotten a bit of a head start on the play as well, and he limits it to a 3-yard gain, right?
Also, here's another wonderful suction block right here.
Yep. Yeah, so and then you can see the linebacker pursuing there, right? So
yep.
Even if the safety misses the tackle, well, I don't know, maybe he gets suction blocked again there too, right?
Yeah, by the looks of it.
Although by the looks of it, that could also have been flagged as a block from behind,
clipping.
Right?
Yep.
But but still, then number 52 and everybody's pursuing and cutting that off.
Yeah, but this play just doesn't work out the way it's supposed to.
No,
because it's a toss play.
Yeah, but when you see the toss play though go like this, it's not at all surprising that it doesn't really succeed gangbusters, because the two linebackers in the middle and that defensive end get a really early start on this because they already seem to know where this play's going before the quarterback even tosses the ball to the halfback.
Yeah, well, look at how sideways this end is going.
Yeah, like you wouldn't expect them to be able to react that quickly in a real situation, right? Because of lines of sight and all that kind of stuff. And also, how do you know that that halfback is running that wide? Because there are toss plays where he might turn sharply and run more up the middle too, right?
Well, and also, how does number 84 not actually block number 96 here anyways?
Yeah. Well, that's because number 96 started early, right?
And so now number 96 is going to get blocked by number 22 on the suction block.
Yeah. But yeah, that's another thing I was going to point out is he just ran right by the tight end there because the tight end never had a chance.
Yeah, I don't think the tight end even block. No, he does some blocking from behind at the end of the play.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, the tight end should angle outward to try and block the defensive end there, but he can't.
Yep.
Because the defensive end has already turned and is running away from him before the toss is even executed, right?
Yep.
So, like it kind of breaks that, like, yes, you're right. I think that player is probably the tight end's responsibility right at the start of this play, right? But he can't do it because that player is already running away from him.
Yeah, and then the fullback doesn't take the right line at all anyways.
No.
But no, okay.
But they make up for it with the suction block, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, even if you look at further to the left of the screen at the strong safety and the cornerback over here, okay, you can see...
He's shading to the right already.
Yeah, but they are both moving toward the right already, even though the quarterback hasn't actually, even before the quarterback starts to release the ball, they're already moving in the direction of the play as well, right?
Yep.
It's like they're psychic. They already know what's going to happen.
It's because they are psychic.
Yeah. And it's hard to tell with the other linemen because they all get drawn into blocks on the offensive linemen right away, so it's difficult to tell what they're trying to do. But I would guess that they are also trying to, squeeze toward where the ball is going, right?
Yeah.
And the point that I wanted to make, even if you back up just a little bit here until the quarterback has got his, even when he's still got his arms extended, but the ball is still in his hands, you can see particularly that the strong safety has already turned.
Yep. He's already backing off.
He's already turned. The cornerback reacts a little bit more slowly, but the ball has just barely left the quarterback's hands when that corner, number 28, also reacts.
Yep.
Right. So basically, the entire defense, I think, has been programmed. I don't know how all the logic would work and all that because I'm not a programmer, but I think that there's a invisible dot on the field, and those players have all been programmed to converge on that invisible dot, and they start to do it even before the handoff or the pitch is executed.
I think you're right. I think that's why toss plays really don't work all that well.
That's right. And you know what? AI can't run toss plays successfully. We can't run toss plays successfully.
No one can.
No one can. It just doesn't seem to matter what you do.
Mm-hmm.
And I've even tried running some of the out of the box toss plays.
This one is the one that works the best.
And this one is actually the one that works the best, but I found that it usually only works in a goal line situation because the goal line defense is so tightly packed in the middle, they just have too far to run in order to pursue, right?
Yep.
Which is why you can run around that particular formation. But anyway, we got one more quick replay to show.
All right.
So
we'll pause and be right back.
Pause for a moment and be right back.
And we're back with the second replay here.
Yeah, not to try and beat a dead horse to death, but...
To beat a dead horse to death?
To beat a dead horse to death. This is just a simple sprint run to the left.
Yep.
And you want to watch the middle linebacker, the left outside linebacker, the left cornerback, and both safeties. Because all 5 of those players, if you watch them, they all move in tandem in the direction that the handoff's going to go, and they've already started moving there before the quarterback even turns around after taking the snap from center.
Yeah, and before the quarterback's even actually given the ball to the halfback either, they're already cutting towards the middle.
They've already moved over about almost 5 yards, all of them, right?
And the strong safety's moving down before this handoff is even transferred.
That's right. But that's what I wanted to show, though, is that if you back up to where the quarterback takes the snap from under center, okay, and go real slow, look at those guys start to move already. He's barely just turning around after taking the snap from center, and they're already moving in the direction that the handoff is going to go.
Yep.
Right? And so that's why we don't use toss plays. That's why running up the middle is actually quite hard, because they already are moving toward where the handoff's going to take place, and often pinching in toward the middle to close up the gaps.
Yep.
And that's why Rec V5X runs his stretch play, because that is the one way that you can actually screw these guys up.
Yeah, and the funny thing about it is that stretch play that I use wasn't even designed to be a stretch play. It was actually designed to be a run like a trap run, hitting between the guard and the tackle here.
Yeah, and the pulling guard is supposed to just pick up somebody that manages to try and pop through the gap in front of you, right? Yeah.
But that's totally not how it actually works.
No, because you can't run up the middle when you do that. In fact, the only reason that this play succeeded this way is because this is in play creation mode, so the defense is actually playing on rookie.
Yeah, they're really dumb.
So they're very passive, and they don't play nearly as aggressively. Like if this were in an actual game,
this would probably be a run for a loss.
Well, very likely the defenders would have been much more aggressive in how they pursued this run too. I mean, you can see how they seem to know well ahead of the time before the ball's handed off which way it's going, and they're all moving in that direction. But this is also on, like I said, they're playing on rookie difficulty, right?
Yep.
And if this were on all pro, like what we're playing, well, chances are
they'd react a lot faster.
They'd react a lot faster, and also one or more of those linemen or linebackers
would shoot the gap
that got blocked by an offensive lineman would probably beat his block, and then you'd be able to see how they're actually shading toward the direction of the handoff as well, because they would beat their man in that direction.
Mm-hmm. See, that's why the linemen drop blocks.
Yeah. Well, no. I can't figure out why linemen drop blocks like that, but anyway, the way they do. But anyway, this is just a way to show, a very obvious way to show, like basically, five members of the defense for sure all reacted to that run before the handoff was even executed.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, anyway, shall we get a move on?
Yeah, we'll get on with the game now.
And we're back with Crusaders franchise year 5? 4? Year 4, week 1.
We're going for the 4-peat this season.
There you go. We're going for the 4-peat.
Anyway, just before we start, we had a number of position battles, and so here we go.
Carswell has won it again.
That's right. So when we look at the position battles, well, wide receiver 2 looks like is going to be Lance Herman.
Yep.
And Benji Rhodes is going to slot in at wide receiver 3 because he actually beat Coleman out for that. And, of course, Walker apparently won the position battle over Winters, but you also have to take into account that Walker was normally playing against the second-string scrubs.
Yep.
So I think you can probably make a coach's decision there.
Yeah, I'm going to decide to put Winters in there anyways, just because I like his acceleration. And I'm pretty sure I got hit while handing the ball off with Walker in there.
Yeah. And, of course, we got Gooden and Mills at corner. And then we got cornerback 2, Thomas and Mills. So I'm not sure how that works out. But Danny Jones, I think, is actually cornerback 3. I had a quick look at the depth chart. And, of course, Carswell beats out Max Miller at free safety.
That might be a surprise to you, but it is definitely not a surprise to me.
What?
That Carswell beat out Miller.
Well,
Carswell is a linebacker who was specifically chosen for his physical characteristics to play that position the way I like it.
Yeah. Well, you know what? He won the position battle. So you may want to make some offensive roster adjustments.
Definitely.
I already had to look at the defense, and I'm pretty satisfied with the way things turned out there.
Okay, so we got Mills, Herman, Rhodes.
They can all catch pretty well. And Coleman is not bad, but he still is wide receiver 4 material, right?
Well, even our wide receiver 5 can catch okay.
Yep. Yeah, he's not a bad player either. You happen to go to that 5 wide receiver set that you have. And there's no real surprises on the offensive line. Winters is actually higher rated than Walker as well. I think the reason that statistically there might have been a slim advantage for Walker is just because
he's a starter quality player as a backup.
Yeah, well, and also he's playing against easier competition too, right?
Yep. Oh, Dwayne Matthews, you'll see your day in the sun someday.
Yep, someday.
Ours, well. See, Miller is higher rated on paper, but the thing is that I don't think he has the...
He doesn't have the hands. That's what the thing is, right?
Well, maybe he doesn't have the hands, but he also doesn't have the tackling, and he doesn't have the strength.
But I like Carswell because he can catch. He can catch as well as Danny Jones can.
Somehow.
Actually, yes. Somehow.
It wasn't what he was drafted for.
Even though he's an ex-linebacker, right?
Yep.
For some reason, he's an ex-linebacker with hands almost like a wide receiver.
And then we've got Nipper on the other side.
Yep.
Who can also kind of catch. I don't know, maybe I just happened to draft these cover linebackers. Well, I chose them based on size.
Yeah, mid-50s catching is actually not bad for a safety either, you know?
Well, they're no Ed Reed, but...
No, but, you know, if I could get Ed Reed, I would. Anyway, here we go into week 1. And our first opponent is the Miami Guppies. And the Miami Guppies have turned into a defense-oriented team.
Yeah, which is really weird because they started out as an offense-oriented team, I think.
They've got a pretty strong defense, actually. Yeah, they were an offense-oriented team, and it looks like their offense might have slid a couple of points.
Yep.
But they spent their efforts improving their defense.
Must have had new coaching staff.
Maybe. But anyway. And of course, a couple of teams have to sign free agents in order to fill their rosters up. And so we're going to be seeing the stretch run from Rec V5X today.
Of course.
Because we've already demonstrated that toss plays don't really work very well.
Well, I'll do the stretch pass play, and then I'll also do the pass up the middle play.
Rec V5X. And I have a brand new shiny defensive playbook that I want to try out.
Yeah, you were saying you made a whole ton of adjustments.
Well, I basically built a whole new playbook from scratch because I was unhappy in some of the practice games that I played where still, even playing that 4-3 base defense, they were still able to occasionally break one of those cheesy runs up the middle, right?
Yeah, so you were working on basically eliminating that entirely.
Well, I'm trying. And basically what I did was I went for inspiration and I looked back at Playmaker Football. Which was an old DOS-based game from the 1980s.
Yep.
And they had a team in that game, I'll continue here, called the Vandals.
Oh, yeah.
And the Vandals in that, there was a whole bunch of teams that came, pre-generated in the game.
Yep.
And out of all those teams, the Vandals, I think, probably had the best defense. So I looked at their defense, and they had some really oddball, weird-looking formations in there, where they had linebackers lined up in lineman positions and linemen lined up in linebacker positions and all kinds of strange things like that.
Yep.
But what I tried to do is build my defensive playbook based on a couple of their signature formations from their defense.
Yep.
And you know what? I played a couple of games on with the Nords in my side league to practice, and I've done fairly well.
Yeah? Wow.
Yeah. My performance is definitely not worse than it was, but basically it's like a full-time 3-3-5 nickel, right? Although I did adjust and make a couple of the formations out from the 4-3 in case I'm, of a run or something like that. And I also threw a couple of my old, like if in a prevent type situation, I have a couple of formations from the 82 defense that I put in there.
Yeah.
And of course, I still have the nickel blitz package in there too, right? So 3 formations from other playbooks that I imagined myself, but the rest of it is basically drawn from the Vandals in the old DOS-based Playmaker football game. Okay, well, we'll defend that end. So, and one of the things that I have found is that I did not use defensive audibles very much at all. But I found that I didn't really need to. So I have some audibles just in case I make a mistake and I need to change to a
different formation or different play.
Yeah, well, mainly it's just if I need to change the coverage to something more conservative, basically. But oops, wrong one. There we go. Okay. So, set your offensive audibles up. So basically, though, what I noticed with the Vandals, with the, and they of course had all sorts of exotic, crazy names like the Volvo Vacuum and the Bremerhaven Blues and Sacken Copenhagen and stuff like that, right?
Yep.
But one of the common factors that all of their defenses had was, even though they were playing a 3-3 nickel, they basically had a very dense, almost pretty much equivalent to a 5-man defensive line all the time.
And you love that.
But it was mainly with 3 linemen and 3 linebackers, right? And they would use the linebackers in defensive tackle positions almost, right?
Yep.
From the 2.
Danny Jones out there on the kickoff coverage now.
Yeah.
Good thing he can tackle now. Kind of.
Yeah, kind of. Okay, well.
It's 1st and 10.
And of course, I play a lot of off with this one too. I can play press coverage if I want to, but look at how that response to the run was, right?
Yep. What happened there?
Well, you'll notice that I've got 2 linebackers right here in the middle.
Yep.
And then this is the
defensive tackle.
This is Roble, the defensive tackle. And then I've got Ben French there,
the defensive end.
And the other defensive end is way out here wide.
Yep.
But I've also got a linebacker here and the cornerback, nickel guy right there.
Yep.
And so what happens is he tries a toss play, and of course, if you look here, he hasn't even turned around yet, but look at this. See, everybody's already
cutting to the outside.
But
so he tries to cut it up the middle.
These guys are going to hem him in over here already, so he has to try and cut it up the middle. And because of the way that this alignment seems to work, we've eaten up all the blocks here.
Yep.
And so then Ben French is free to come back in. And what I found is that this defensive technique does seem to generate good pressure, and it's also pretty tough against the run. Because there's a lot of players packed in the middle there, right?
Yeah, they just kind of clog up all the running lanes.
Yeah, exactly. You see all of the offensive linemen. Also, there's no offensive lineman going downfield to suction block defensive backs either.
Right? I can see that.
Because all the offensive linemen are engaged by somebody in the front 7.
Yep.
Right? And that means that this is a pretty tight gap in here. And of course, Danny Jones moves up and he fills that gap up and makes the tackle.
We'll go back to the play on the field.
And this is basically just a nickel defense. And I'm playing man lock, and I've actually, the first 2 plays here, I've actually played a big cushion, right?
The backs are lined up in an eye. Holt, the man in motion. And he's hit as he throws.
Oh, fumble!
Puts it on
Yep.
the ground. The
See, but
visiting
look at
team.
what this does. For some reason, these linebackers seem to be able to wriggle through the gaps, right? You see that?
Yeah, actually, there's Edwards on
That
the
was
right
that
there.
was Edwards that got wriggled through the gap and forced that fumble, right?
Yep.
Because I've got it designed, and the reason I don't need to call audibles very often, unless I want to change coverage, is because I always have a pass rusher out wide like this. So
Yep.
even if they have a tight end here, it's not going to interfere with this guy. But if they leave a running back in the block, like they tend to do, look at this. See, the running back shades back to pick up Ben French. And what I've noticed is that these linebackers seem to be able to, maybe they're a little more agile or something, but they seem to be able to slip through the gaps in between the offensive linemen a little more effectively than the defensive linemen do, right?
Yep, that's probably right, actually. See, you should just draft linebackers for every position.
Well, no, you need to have some defensive linemen.
You don't
right?
need any defensive linemen, just linebackers everywhere.
But anyway, this is just something that, I've only played 2 games with this defense before coming out here into the regular season. But
Here's the kick.
so far, those are just observations that I have made, right?
Yep.
Refuses to go down. The offense just about ready to go.
Okay.
And to tell you the truth, I think they had, for the old Playmaker football game, I seem to remember that
Jenkins with a man in
the
motion.
guy who coached the San Francisco 49ers during that time when they were busy winning 4 Super Bowls in a row or something.
That was the hardest yard I ever got.
Yeah, you had to run a long ways sideways for that. I think that they had him consulting on that game.
Yep.
So some of these oddball formations, I think that they were definitely designed with a purpose. They were not designed just to be,
Jenkins
like
sends the man
silly
in motion.
formations, right? Even if the game designers gave them funny names. Wowee, look at that.
Very good.
Everybody coming through the middle of the line.
Going anywhere
Yep, they all know where you're going.
Sometimes the back needs to know when to just
So it
go
must be
down.
time to run.
Trying to make something happen that's not going to happen, and they end up losing a bunch of yards.
The visiting team come out with 3 down linemen and
Uh-oh,
7
he's
defensive
going to
backs.
throw a pass. Oh dear. Oh well. Maybe Mills would have one-on-one coverage deep there.
Pressure.
He got sacked before you could throw the ball.
Now, where's my pass coverage there? My pass protection there. My
Yeah,
fullback
he just ran around everybody. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I should stop trying to throw passes. That's not going to count as an incomplete, though.
No, it isn't because he got sacked.
Very solid defensive effort to force the 3 and out.
There you go. I ate up a whole bunch of time off the clock.
Not much hang time on this one.
Well, you got a nice inside the 20 punt.
I ran over the chain gang guy.
Yeah. Decent distance on that one, too. So I also have a 4-3 version of this, too. Right.
Inside their own 20.
Which looks a little bit different because the linebackers tend to stay closer to the line of scrimmage than the DBs do.
Yep.
When you back everybody up, right?
He takes the
Oh.
handoff.
You see how quick that linebacker shot the gap and got in there?
Yep.
So that play goes.
And then he got, see that? He just ran right between the tackle and the guard.
And then got suctioned.
And then he got, I think this was like a draw play or
It
something.
is,
though,
yep.
Because everybody's backing up, and that's why that guard was in a position to do that to begin with. But still,
You still got both your safeties
there's
back there.
There's nobody downfield blocking these guys, and this linebacker here is able to come over and make the tackle before he gets too far, right?
That's right.
Back to the field. Ball on their own 21. The corners playing off a bit. the run once again. Open road to the end zone. Number 52 records the tackle at the 35-yard line. And that gain will get them a fresh set of downs.
He just exploded towards the marker that time. That was a big-time run.
It's 1st and 10. Giving some cushion on the outside. It's the toss to the right. Harry brings him down.
Yeah, just don't do tosses.
Yep, toss plays don't really work very well.
Toss plays don't work. People die at the fair.
Yeah.
9 yards to go.
This is another one of those signature formations, too. And this one is really weird because these two guys are the defensive ends.
Yeah, but they're actually lined up back.
Yeah, and this is the defensive tackle. And then we got a linebacker here and a linebacker here. And then, of course, we got our nickel guy there and a linebacker there. So, again, though, still, even with this weird alignment, all of the offensive line gets engaged by somebody, right?
Yep.
And then, of course, this linebacker is able to beat his block and slip off, but even if he doesn't, well, I've got pursuit coming from here, right? And the two safeties back there untouched.
And we'll go back to the game. Here is a 3rd and long situation. Kansas City going to a prevent defense here as they back up the safeties and corners. Anthony starts out of the shotgun. Holt, the motion man. Gets rid of it. He finds his man.
The good old 12-yard curl. Gotta hate it.
Yeah, well, you know, it's pretty tough to stop some of those types of passes.
When he starts feeling pressure, he can look in his direction because he has so much confidence in it.
Reynolds is the deep back. He tucks it away. Play action.
Oh, man.
I thought that was about
Hands of stone.
Yeah, well, our cornerbacks aren't drafted for coverage, unlike our linebacker wide receiver, or our linebacker safeties.
Yeah, but anyway, for the most part, my defense is still basically a man under two,
lines up with two
right?
backs behind him. Number 52 records the stop at the 42-yard line. Good gain there and a 1st down.
If the defense keeps giving up runs like that for 1st downs, they'll have to make some adjustments to slow this guy down.
Backing off. The backs are lined up in an eye. Holt, the motion man. They give it to the halfback. Edwards stops the play in the backfield. And that tackle gives him 3 in the game. Broke the middle, but was turned away.
They have two pretty good run stoppers in the middle of that line. They can cause some plays like that.
The 1st down marker is just inside the 32, giving some cushion on the outside. Drops back with the pass, and it's caught. Thomas brings him down.
Of course, those passes over the middle are still a bit problematic, right?
Yeah, with the slant and everything else. There's nothing really you can do about that
It's very,
stuff, though.
very difficult to stop those.
Yeah, well, that's why Madden always had a reputation for the cheesy slant, right?
Yeah.
And maybe, you know, our offenses make some exploitation of that too, right? We take advantage of that too.
Yep.
Reynolds, the lone setback. Tosses it out to the right.
There's a suction block.
He's at the 20.
Yep, that should have been stopped right there.
17. One 1st down after another.
Yeah, and they've got some rhythm going here. Someone on this defense needs to make a play if they're going to keep these guys out of the end zone.
Yeah, where do you think you're going, buddy?
the 16-yard line. Well, John, they kept it in the quarterback's hands.
And they didn't get anywhere. The quarterback got knocked around, but that was about it.
They'll need to reach the 7 to convert for the first down. Reynolds, the lone back. He'll get it again. Ooh, that one will leave a mark.
He got hit so hard he darn near had to take a taxi back to the stadium. Watch this hit. He gets his helmet right under his chin.
Danny Jones uses the hit stick.
Yep. Well, he's getting to be a hard enough hitter now that he can actually kind of do that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And not totally blow it.
Well, I mean, he's not really there to make tackles. He's hopefully there to make interceptions, but...
Gets the pass off, and he makes the grab.
So he didn't make it that time.
Yeah, he had a chance at one there, but at least the coverage was there, right?
Yeah, well, he had a chance at one there, but then he decided his middle name was Four Eyes.
Yeah. But again, though, I'm playing that flex, but notice what I'm doing here now. This is something I discovered I can do, too, is I can run the defensive tackle into this guy and crash this guy over top of him. Right? So that you've got the two linebackers looping wide from either side, right?
Yep.
And if he manages to beat this running back, well, then he gets pretty good pressure in there. And even so, they didn't have a whole lot of time to, like throw a pass here, right? And he basically threw that into coverage, and they were lucky.
Back to the game.
Now, the way I see it is I won the matchup there. It's just that the player didn't execute.
Yeah.
He went into an interception animation instead of just sticking his hand out to
Well,
one
he went
side,
into an
right?
interception animation, but didn't line himself up with the ball.
Yeah. But that took them 14 plays and 7.5 minutes. And basically that's what I'm trying to do here is, again, frustrate the offense by not allowing any big plays, right?
The home team will start this drive from the 26-yard line.
And like most offenses against most defenses, I think, if you are willing to play conservatively and take a lot of plays and take a lot of time, you can move the ball.
Number 88, the motion man, calling an audible.
Okay, easily block him.
Allen.
Okay, well, it wasn't easily that I needed to worry about there. Who the hell let that guy through? No, he just came through.
Yeah, they were blitzing multiple linebackers there, right?
Yeah, that was like engage 8.
Yeah, they just had more guys coming than you had blockers.
Running the ball against engage 8.
Yeah, well, they didn't really show you what it was either, right? It looks like they might be playing things a little bit tough against you here today because this kind of looks a lot like they're going to play a lot of zone defense, which is not your favorite thing, right?
Give it to the halfback. Lincoln.
No, but I think that's an okay result.
No, that was all right.
About 6 yards that
But
time.
now you need 7.
3rd and 7.
Oh no, not the nickel defense.
But it depends. If you move that wide receiver and the corner comes with you, then you've pretty. Oh, there. See, that's going to be tough.
Throws over to his right. Bryant makes.
Ah, we didn't get it. We're like 4th and inches.
Yeah.
That sucks.
The lineup for what will be his 2nd punt of the game.
You need to hit one of those guys with like one of those blockers. You need to hit him with the punt.
Here's the punt.
That took a nice roll afterwards. You got some. That was a 40-yard punt.
Well, I'm trying my best here. You know,
I'm saying that was decent. Sometimes you get a really crappy bounce, but sometimes things just work out. You know.
I'm pretty sure I have negative rushing yardage so far.
Yeah. Well, they've started off playing a lot of zone defense, which is kind of your enemy, right?
Yep.
There, you see this? You got to watch down here again because we've managed to engage all of the offensive linemen.
And the only guy downfield
this is a tight
end.
end. And tight ends and running backs do not have the suction block ability, right?
At least not to the extent of...
If this was a tackle, right?
This guy would totally get sucked in.
Then what would happen is this
right
guy
here.
would actually turn and change directions and run right at him, right?
Yeah.
If that was a tackle. But because he's a tight end, he doesn't have that special ability.
That's right.
Right?
And Reynolds with a nice run and picks up the first down.
And it was well executed. They hit their blocks, and the back found the right hole to get down the field and pick up a first down.
See, I did too well in preseason game 1. And now everybody's going to play like the super duper run defense against us all the time.
Yeah, maybe, eh?
Reynolds lines up behind his fullback in the eye.
Edwards says no.
Towards the tackle at the 37. 2-yard gain. 8 to go.
Well, I'm going to keep playing a cushion here until...
Only one man back. Anthony sends a man in motion. Under pressure, gets the pass off.
Did you see that?
Yep.
See, this is in this flex. I think what they call this play, like in Playmaker football, is like the Skagerrak squeeze or something like that, right?
Yeah.
But I just called it a 3-3-5 flex under, right? But you'll notice that Ben French is playing the short zone, and I'm doing that stunt rush over here again, right?
Yep.
So the linebacker actually gets in there and gets a good shot on the quarterback, and this guy's trying to throw the ball away real quick over the middle and throws it right at Ben French, right?
Yep.
Giving some cushion on the outside. Dropping back. Throwing.
Well, at least decent pass coverage there.
The incomplete pass
Yeah, well,
brings up
this
fourth down.
defensive system tends to rely on coverage a great deal because a lot of times I'm only rushing 3 guys, right?
The teams has
And if you look at this over here, well, this guy is rushing around this side, and then I've only got 2 coming from this side, so I engage the tackle like I want to. Unfortunately, it looks like Cedric Perry's having a bad day today because he got pancaked by that running back. Right?
Yep.
I guess that's the fullback, right, that pancaked him. But, if even so, what I noticed, though, and I realized this, is that if I can get this situation, this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, those 4 players basically stand there like that and do nothing, right?
Yep.
So all I need to do really is engage this guy and then hope that this linebacker can beat whatever running back they leave in to block.
Yeah.
Right?
So let's pick up the action.
Or maybe sometimes, how if they leave the running back in to block, but he shades to the other side for some reason or whatever.
Yep.
Get ready for a
You know,
second
like
punt
then-
again.
That's kind of what I'm hoping for there. But I'm dropping 8 guys back in coverage
Here's the kick.
to try and
Fair catch called for.
take away all the easy passing options, right?
Yeah.
So they have 1st and 10 here.
And I noticed that flex defense seems to work a little better against those runs to the outside, like what they've been doing to me early in this game, right?
Changing the play now. Passing on 1st down. Surveying the field.
Oh, look at that. You found a little gap there.
He was really hitting hard on that play.
Yeah, you talk about your
It wasn't very big, but it was there.
Yep.
How did that work out anyways? Like,
Well, I was trying to watch the safety to see if he'd be drawn into the middle by Allen running the streak, and he was.
And guess what? The cornerback was playing a flat there, right?
Yep.
So he got frozen by the slot guy that ran the short curl there for a second.
That's right.
Yeah. Even so, even with that working as well as it did, that was still a pretty narrow window.
They'll pass on first down. Looking downfield with the throw.
He had a lot of time there.
Franklin makes
Oh,
the play
come
at the
on.
43-yard line.
Winters.
I don't know if I believe that.
They'll get him
That's
for holding here.
that's a 10-yard penalty because you completed a pass.
Ball on their own
Man, oh
49.
man.
Drops back. He surveys the field, looking deep to the right.
Oh, he got bumped on his way out too, right? He couldn't get away cleanly.
Yeah, he got all harassed and shit. Oh well.
Well, try and run around them and see if now that you've stretched the field a couple of times, maybe they'll.
Calling an audible now.
Everybody's still moving around out there.
Yeah. Well, you got some room there.
The 40. He takes it to He's pushed out at the 49-yard line.
That was a first down on 20-yard run for a first down.
It needed to be.
First down.
Oh, they're going to
really?
Wow. Well, it looks like 1 yard short of that 5-yard marker. Both of his feet were on the little yard marker there when he went out, right?
Yeah.
And they have to give him forward progress if he was pushed backwards, right? If he didn't go backwards voluntarily. Yeah, their challenge was overturned.
It was a
Ridiculous.
Call, just wasn't enough evidence.
Or their challenge failed, I
One of
mean.
these cases where it's better to be safe than sorry.
I don't know, 3rd and inches, would that have really been a big deal?
Maybe.
Looks like he's calling an audible.
Well, you better hold all the blocking holds up on this one. They have a lot of guys on the line over there.
They give it to the halfback.
No, it said somebody got pancaked there, actually.
Yeah, your pulling guard got flattened, and then the guy that flattened him came around and made the tackle, too.
Yeah. By a linebacker, no less.
Yeah. Well, I told you, though, these guys, they have a 92 rated defense, right? Like, they really improved defensively a great deal.
The defense lines up in the nickel. Calling an audible. Jenkins with a man in motion. Hand it off.
All right, you got something here.
Yeah.
Goes out of bounds at the 40-yard line. Press center.
Well, they're going to have no challenge if they get this one. Well, actually, you know, even if they get this one right, they have no more challenges now, right?
Yep.
So that means that if there's a questionable fumble or something later, they won't be able to challenge it.
They just hate my running game.
They just want to.
They lost both
they
of them.
lost both challenges.
That's
they got,
so rare for the AI.
yeah, they've got no challenges left now.
I don't know what the hell they're doing out there.
One of these cases where it's better to be safe than sorry.
Sixth play of this drive.
They're begrudging every inch of that rushing yardage, eh?
Apparently.
Looks like he's changing the play. Number 35 in motion. We'll get the call again.
Okay, well, it didn't work out too badly.
At the 34-yard line.
Yeah, not too bad.
Up on that play as they try to get the running game going, establish something big.
I'd be running it with this guy too. If he can keep getting runs that pick up 4 or 5 yards a pop, they should keep going to him. Because 4 or 5 yards per play is what they're going to need.
Looks like he's calling an audible. Marshall comes in motion.
Wow, they brought that guy right across the formation with them.
Man coverage.
Yeah,
But didn't look like man coverage, because when I motioned the guy, it didn't move.
yeah.
So they didn't man lock.
Oh well, this is still short enough, 3rd and short enough that you could audible to a curls play if you needed to.
He's a heck of a leader on and off the field.
Mills, the motion man. He hands it off.
Oh, yeah. Oh. Well, now it's decision time. This would be a 48-yard field goal.
Coach is sticking to the game plan discussed with us this week.
So do you? And you're well. There's no win, but you know, like if you miss, you're going to give the ball up here anyway, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I think we just go for the dive. We go for the dive.
Go for the dive and hope that you make it.
Yeah.
I don't know. It looks to me like they're packing everybody in there. You might need the audible to something else.
We go for the dive and then go for the curls play.
Yeah, and hope that Allen catches this pass.
That's right.
Throws it.
And he did.
But the way I see it is that even if he drops this pass, I mean, nothing ventured, nothing gained, because you're extremely likely to miss from this range anyway, and if you do, then they get the ball back. It's just like as if you'd gone on 4th down and missed anyway, right?
Yep.
Number 88 goes in motion. Hands it off again. Phillips takes him down at the 24-yard
Yeah, that cornerback stayed out there.
That was a safety, actually.
Was it a safety? Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah, they had double coverage on the wide receiver over there.
That's right.
Yeah.
Kind of had hopes about running him over, but not that time.
No. Well, those safeties are a little bit harder to run over than...
Receives the handoff.
Oh, you got a little suction block action happening there in your favor that time.
Yep. Oh, now I got to do this again.
Yeah.
Third and inches. Here's a look at the third down success rate.
Oh, well, even if you don't make it here, your chances of kicking a field goal here are much better.
On third down, you keep three things. You keep your drive going, you keep their defense on the field, and you keep your defense resting on the sideline.
Dropping back. Gets rid of it.
But he caught the pass anyway.
Yeah, White's a pretty reliable receiver.
The home team gets the first down again after being faced with 3rd and a mile for the second time on this drive. This drive 9 yards away from a touchdown. Sarah moves in motion. Allen.
Well, you picked up a few.
At the 5-yard line. They went back to the run on that play.
That just goes to show you.
Not bad.
Trust the guy to hang on to the ball.
Five more yards to get it into the end zone.
Wow, they got the goal line defense out here at the 5-yard line.
Jenkins sends a man in motion. Hands it off to the
back. Just couldn't get away from that guy.
Yeah, well, when you get an unblocked guy come through the line like that, it's pretty tough.
Yeah, he even shifted the wrong way, right?
Yeah. Well, that's why I say, though, I think sometimes we're playing dice roll football, and the dice roll just comes up, right?
The visiting team come out in a nickel package.
Touchdown to White.
That's what I'm hoping. He can catch okay.
Drops back. Looking for a receiver.
Well, and he isn't being covered by anybody.
Yeah, so you know, if he's not being covered by anybody and he can catch okay.
Yeah.
Do a better job keeping the play in front of him so that kind of thing doesn't
Well, we moved the ball down the field slowly but surely there.
Yep.
The kicking team heads out onto the field.
I don't know why I ran the clock down there.
Just a habit.
Yeah, just a habit.
It becomes a habit after a while. Wow, you outdid them, eh? 9 minutes and 17 seconds for that drive.
And 16 plays?
Yeah.
Ugh.
And he got all of that.
Oh, it's fine.
Great
Don't
hit.
worry. It's in play.
From the 4-yard line.
Where the hell do you think you're going?
Yeah, he's just wiggling around trying to find a little bit of room, hey?
First and 10. The corners are giving a bit of a cushion. Reynolds lines up behind his fullback in the eye. Cross play to the left.
Suction.
Yeah.
Stops him.
That's okay. That's why we have that free safety over there, right?
Yep.
This is a tough physical team that likes to run the ball.
No, I think he's like a 230 or 240 pound free safety.
It really wears down the interior line and helps to slow down those pass rushers.
Backing off. Reynolds, the lone back. Reynolds. Drop.
See, by default, I'm always ripping that way.
Yep.
Because, like, I want to, like, this one is the one where the linemen are packed in the middle and the linebackers are on the outside, right?
But you want to cover that gap
But
between...
I want to pull the center this way to hopefully try to open this gap so that this guy can shoot through it, right?
Oh, okay.
And, of course, since it's a run...
You just happen to be going the right way.
It doesn't always work that way, but I happen to be going the right way anyways. If it's a pass, though, what I'm hoping is that the guard here will try to pick this guy up, right?
Yeah.
And if I pull the center with this way, then hopefully that guy can run right through the middle.
What's amazing is that nobody blocks that linebacker on the left side.
Yeah, well, they're pretty bad for that kind of thing.
Yeah, they do a lot of block dropping anyways.
It's third down, and they have a long way to go.
If you can break the tackle of this 350-pound defensive tackle, you deserve a touchdown run.
Yeah. And that time, Cedric Perry gets in there and sacks the quarterback.
Nice.
See, this time it didn't work out what I was trying to do because I could not, like, even though I was trying to do the move, I couldn't seem to get going that way.
Yep.
But it looks like the fullback there kind of lost track of what he was doing, and
ended up giving up a sack.
That's why I have that wide pass rusher over there. He's kind of like a contingency in case I can't actually get any pressure up the middle, right?
Yeah, that fullback really did a piss poor job. Maybe they don't got a very good fullback.
I don't know. He pancaked Cedric Perry earlier.
Maybe he's strong but dumb.
I don't know. Like I said, I think some of this is a dice roll thing too, right?
Yeah.
Here's the punt.
That's a good punt.
Yeah, it is. I'm not even going to try and field that. Oh, look at that. Wow. I'm glad I ran a long ways away from that. It could have bounced ahead and hit me.
Trying to attack you with the ball.
Yeah, they were trying to attack me with the ball.
It's first and 10.
We're 10 yards to the good on that one without me having to do anything at all.
Number 35 moves in motion. Hand it off.
That was nice.
Yeah, you really got to mash those snaps, though. You really got to make sure you snap it before they have a chance to adjust.
Yeah. They have to reach the 44 to convert.
That's really what's important.
Come out of the nickel. Mills in motion. Allen. The back breaking free.
Yeah, breaks a tackle, keeps going. Nice run.
Yes. See, I think that you just need to not get discouraged when you run for a loss and just accept that it's going to happen 15 or 20 times a game.
Well, I think on average it's more like about 10 or 11, but still. It's a lot. That's the way this game's designed. You either run for a big gain or you run for a loss.
Hand off to the tailback.
Oh, damn it.
I think we can probably challenge that fumble. I think you need to challenge that fumble because I don't think it was a fumble.
And it appears we'll have a few more looks at this one because the coach has pulled. Clearly a big
or maybe it was.
They really had no choice.
I don't
think so.
I don't think it was. I think his knee and possibly even his elbow were down too. Although you never know. It depends on if the dice roll comes up that way or not.
Boy, there's been a lot of challenges in this game. What the hell are the refs doing?
Well, the first two were, like spurious challenges by the other team, though, right? Yeah, see, it wasn't a fumble. I always challenge fumbles, even if it doesn't look like I'll win, just because my winning percentage on challenging fumbles is about 70%.
Yeah.
Right? 7 times out of 10, it'll be a bad call, right?
I think I'm just going to let the 2 minutes eat.
Yeah, you might as well. 2 minutes should be plenty of time to move the ball 22 yards.
Well, you never know. I mean, look at how many plays it took me last time.
I know, but still, you can still manage the clock to a certain extent, and you've got 3 timeouts yet.
Yeah, true. And they'll help me with a timeout, I'm sure.
Yeah, maybe.
First down marker is just inside the 22.
Man coverage.
Jenkins sends a man in motion. He's it off. Fumble.
Are you serious?
Again? Wow. Okay, well,
That's a genuine
you know
fumble.
what? You can't challenge. I don't
No,
know.
that's a genuine fumble. I can
know.
see that ball coming out already. That's a genuine fumble.
Well, you can't challenge it because it's inside 2 minutes anyway. It was bound to happen, right?
Yeah.
It's funny, but it's almost like they were angling for that.
Mm-hmm. Guy with a 99 carrying rating.
Yep.
But also, that was caused by the tight end not blocking his man. He didn't block the guy he was lined up to, who was in man coverage with him.
Throwing on first down.
Because that linebacker was in man coverage with the tight end. And he still didn't block him. These things just happen sometimes. That's just how it works.
Yep. Yeah, there isn't much that you can really do about it either. You're a spectator, basically.
Anthony from the shotgun. Dropping back, throwing short to the right side. Swings this pass to his running back out on the right side. Number 52 makes the play.
Well, that keeps the clock running at least.
The corners playing back.
And he didn't get much on that.
With the throw, and he hits his target. Anthony fires complete, and it's good for a first down.
He made a great read at the line. He knew he'd have to get it out
Oh,
of there
come
fast.
on.
Can't even
Really?
call a timeout.
I couldn't because, well, I didn't notice him there, right?
Yep, he was so far beyond the...
He was so far behind the play. That's so cheap, though. I don't think that should be a thing,
Sometimes you
right?
gotta let the little ones go. Just let
Because
these
if you're a
guys go out there
professional
and play the
football
game.
player and you can't get back onside, even when they're running a hurry-up offense,
Well, you wouldn't be a professional
you
football
wouldn't
player.
be a professional football player for very damn long.
Anthony scans the defense from the gun. Throws it.
Oh,
Another dropped interception.
You know, he didn't pick it off, but at least he didn't let the receiver make the catch either. Still a pretty good effort.
And this is the 5th play of this drive. The corners playing off a bit. Closing in, throwing, and it's caught. Keeps his feet moving. Jefferson with the stop.
There, you see how close I got? Right?
yep.
With that, because everybody basically just, like, all those guys in the middle,
They
you
all
see,
get passive.
They all get passive once you get around them, right?
Yep.
And the back they left in to block didn't pick him up. The only reason that he got away with this is because he basically, threw that early enough that...
But then the guy high-stepped out of it and ran backwards a whole bunch.
Yeah. Hopefully everybody's back this time. They're not going to get any of those cheesy...
With the throw. This one.
Almost tipped it to him, yeah.
Yeah, they were trying there.
They tried real hard. But that's one of the things I like about that flex defense is those two hook zones in the middle.
Yep.
Make it, really hard to throw short passes over the middle, right?
Yep.
Here's the kick.
Okay, well, I guess we're going to have to let that bounce. At least it went in the end zone.
Good thing you did.
A little over a minute left. Allen. Breaking free. The 30. Misses it.
Yeah.
John, one of your favorite terms right here. I'm going to use it. Boom.
Yeah, but that's worse than a boom. That kind of hit could loosen your teeth.
Looks like he's changing the play.
They're playing a zone defense over here of some sort.
Again, he'll get the call.
Oh, look at that. Oh!
You could hear the collision up here.
I thought you were going to get more out of that.
I was looking for more, but the rear side pursuit came up and got me.
Yeah. Because that guard looked like he was going to lead the way for you. But unfortunately, those guys are slow enough that you actually have to slow up and wait for them. Might be good to run out of bounds here. Yeah. To save you a timeout.
It's first and 10.
Well, he's got 100 yards.
Calling an audible now. Going to the air on first down. Throws it.
He dropped it.
Yeah, well, that's Clark, because I forgot to sub in the other guy.
Yeah, we see a lot of footballs popping up when he makes contact. His instincts know when to deliver the hit and how to do it.
Wow, look at that. They've got a really wide front there now. Do you not have a dive play as an audible or what?
I do.
Again with the run. Lincoln brings him down at the 42-yard line. A short picked up on that running play.
These linemen need to get more aggressive out there. They're letting the defense control the line of scrimmage on that play. If they don't step it up soon, this could get worse in the second half.
Now it's 3rd and 9 coming up. Directing traffic. White, the motion man. Surveying the field with the throw at the 30.
Nice gain. Gets out of bounds.
At the 23.
Now this is one heck of a play. Look out. You run the ball here on 3rd down. And they come through with this perfect play that gets them a first and keeps the drive going.
Look at that. See, they're spreading the line every time. That's something when you have a little more time in the second half you might want to pay attention to.
He's looking, throwing. And this
Yeah.
pass is complete. And he steps out of bounds at the 7.
Well, you can run one play and then you'll have to use a timeout unless you score.
Jenkins with a man in motion. Looks like he's calling an audible. Looks like he's changing the play. Calling an audible now. Throws it. He finds
Oh,
it.
yeah. Perfect.
Jenkins has now thrown for 2 touchdowns.
There we go.
That was a well
They'll line up for the extra point.
executed 2-minute drive.
Yeah, not bad, considering it was a 1-minute drive.
The kick is up. The point after is good. They've now scored.
Well, you scored with less than 10 seconds left on the clock. Can't really ask for much more than that. They're only going to have time to run one play after this kickoff.
Booming kick downfield. From the 4-yard line.
And they're putting the big guys out there, hey?
It would seem so.
And this should be the last.
That'll be the
play
goal
of
line
half.
formation.
Yep. That's what it would be.
Give it to the halfback. Behind the line, lost him a couple. The end of the.
See, that's what that pack 'em like packed formation does, right?
Yep.
See, I've got this guy right here too in man coverage but pressing because I went man coverage press here, right?
Yep.
And I've got 9 guys in the box, and of course the guard skips skips Edwards there, right? And Edwards says thank you very much and just runs right through the gap. But also the cornerback
He was able to get through there too. And the other cornerback is also able to get in there. Yeah, so there's like 3 guys there.
Anyway, so far I think it's been a successful outing. Time for the halftime stretch.
Indeed.
All right.
And we're back.
Yes. And so far, it's been a rather tight defensive game, eh?
Indeed.
Time is over. Now we're all set for the
However,
second
I think you started to open up a little bit in the second quarter there.
Nice distance.
I think you have been probing for weaknesses, and I think you might have found one or two.
Possibly, yep. Although that fumble was terrible.
Well, that fumble there's nothing you can do about that, right?
At least I got the score back.
Yeah. Well, they didn't get any points out of that either, right?
They have the lead, and one big reason is because they've done a real good job on the ground on first down.
Yeah, when you gain 5 yards or more, it sets you up in good second and third situations.
Marshall goes in motion. Hand it off to the back. Bryant makes the tackle at the 32-yard line.
That super linebacker.
Yeah, that super line. I noticed you moved the right tight end over there to try and pick him up too, and it helped a little bit, but
turn things around here in the second half. Al?
That was Jill Arrington with her sideline report. Jenkins sends a man in motion. Another run.
a nice block from your wide receiver over there.
9-yard line.
Just keep giving them the ball.
It's third down and a yard. They've executed very well on third down.
Sneaking the safety up to help out.
They're ahead at the moment.
Did they just audible to a quarter?
Yep, they just audible to a quarter. They're going to have some players playing out of position there.
Oh, why did I throw it at Parkman? Why did I throw it at him?
Well, punt it away.
I completely forgot it was going to be Parkman standing there.
Well, he was wide open though. He was the best chance to throw an uncontested pass.
But he's Parkman.
I know.
Parkman can't catch.
Well, in 4 seasons, he's got like 6 or 7 career catches.
Yeah, wow.
I think he's got about that many drops too, but
Very shallow punt.
another nice roll.
Fucking Parkman.
Yeah, really, eh?
We got to replace him with Brandon at some point.
First and 10. The quarterback gets set with only one back behind him. Hand off to the tailback. Wade with the tackle at the 25. They went with the running.
You never know when you're going to find some room and break loose into the secondary.
5 yards to go.
See, and I say that knowing Brandon's catching grading is the same as Parkman's.
The backs are lined up in an eye. With the throw, he hits
Yeah,
it.
that's one of those phony baloney things where the guy does the 180-degree turn.
Yep.
Right? From the waist up only, though, right?
It's first and 10.
Well, they got to have their highlight reel catches.
Reynolds, the lone back. Newsom in motion.
See, I shouldn't have thrown
don't
that pass.
think-
I should have just run the ball.
I don't think anybody
Reynolds
actually catches the ball like that.
records the
Right.
tackle.
I really don't.
47-yard line. Reynolds got the carry.
Someone
there,
must have
and
at
now
some
going
point for them to
on
put it in the
100
game,
yards
like
rushing.
one time.
Yeah, one time maybe, but you know what? I don't remember ever seeing somebody catch the ball like that, looking like that. You know, with their feet going forward and their entire body twisted around backwards like that. Like, no.
Yeah.
It's the toss to the left. Stop behind the line. Lost in the cover. Reynolds.
Toss plays just don't work.
That's right. Toss plays don't really work.
Side of the ball. They're very good at clogging up the line limiting the number of holes and cutbacks.
See, and I'm not even pressing here, right? I'm backing everybody up every play.
Reynolds, the lone setback. Gets the pass off. Ooh, nearly picked off. Almost a big turnover.
I'll tell you, he did almost everything right on that one. He was able to read the quarterback's eyes. He got himself in good position to make the interception. And when it got to him, just bounced off his hand.
Kansas City puts its secondary in better position to stop the pass. Dropping back. Pressure. Hit.
Wow, how is that not a fumble?
That was awfully close to being a fumble. I don't know. You can't challenge those, though.
Yeah, sadly.
Right? But see, he manages to fight off the back.
Yep.
Yeah, that... I didn't even see the arm go forward there, right? Like, that definitely should have been a fumble. But, oh, what can you do?
Back to the game.
At least he forced the incompletion.
Yep.
Floyd is ready to punt this one away. Here's the punt.
And the punt goes out of bounds.
Well, we'll keep lining up in this for a little while longer.
Well, maybe next time on third down and short, bring out a single back formation, and that way if you do audible to a pass, you'll have somebody sitting in the slot there that can catch the ball,
Looks like
right?
he's calling an audible. They give it to the halfback. Loses one tackle.
That looked awfully close to being tackled in the backfield there. What did that look like?
Was it? I didn't even notice.
Oh, okay, it was the guy from the end coming from the backside.
Yep.
Yeah. That's why there was no penetration in the middle, right? That guy was just coming from the defensive end or outside linebacker spot out there.
Bringing down the wrong safety, you guys.
Yeah, you never know, though. Having him down there on the backside makes everybody on your offense trade funny, so that you end up with a free guy in the direction you're trying to go, right? That must be how that works.
We're still going to run the ball. I'm going to line up here with 3 tight ends, and we're going to run the ball.
Changing the play now.
Okay. Well, hopefully they can get a block over there on the right.
Hand it off. Lincoln with the tackle at the 34-yard line. Can't quite get
Didn't
the first
quite
down
make
mark.
it.
We know that it's
Not
a
quite.
passing game. You have to be able to pass in the NFL.
But that's okay.
And I'll tell you this: if you can't run and stop the run,
We're running the
it's
clock.
very hard to win a championship.
Nothing happening on that drive, and they'll punt it away.
Well, that punt looked a little weird, but
Yeah,
okay.
you never know. Maybe you'll get lucky and hit one of those blockers, though, right?
Not much hang time on
With
this
where
one.
that's going. Ooh, that almost hit the
Whoa,
returner.
look at that bounce.
Yeah, that was a huge bounce, too, but that almost hit that returner in the foot.
Yeah,
right?
almost. I don't know what that was all about.
That would have been
weird.
That would have been pretty good, actually.
But yeah, see, you should just run the ball on those, because you got just as good of a chance of not making it.
Well, you got just as good a chance of making it when you run it as if you try to throw a pass, right?
He was really hit hard on that play.
Yeah, you talk about your depleter. That's what happened there. He unloaded and he got a depleter.
Anthony with a man in motion. Reynolds dives and brings him down at the 31-yard line. Gain of 3. They need 7. The corners playing back. The quarterback lines up with 2 backs behind him.
Ah. I made the right move, but I couldn't get out there in time.
That's okay, these things happen sometimes.
Third and 5. Here are the numbers when it comes to third down conversions.
Third down is when you want your players to dig deep and make a clutch play. When you convert, it gives your defense a little extra rest. It gives your offense a fresh set of downs to work with.
Anthony is...
See how Edwards got that penetration through the middle that time?
Yep.
But they left
the running back into block.
Yeah, they left the running back into block, and he got Edwards, right?
Yep.
That being said, they were just throwing a short pass over the middle, too. My first impulse was to try the flex, right?
Yeah.
And then I decided against it.
It's first and 10.
But if I'd have called the flex, he wouldn't have been able to throw that pass because it would have taken it away, right?
The backs are lined up in an eye.
And he's offside.
Penalty marker down on the field. And back they come now after being called for the foul.
It's hard for the offense to move the ball down the field when they keep making mistakes like that.
Shotgun.
They'll go from the shotgun, dropping back to pass on first down.
Well, somebody was asleep out there.
That was terrible coverage.
Wow.
Jenkins catches a floater for the first down.
And it's a good thing he caught it. You don't want to drop those passes that are sure first down.
Man, oh man.
Absolutely terrible.
Yeah, that was not good coverage there.
So they have first and 10 here. Loosening up the coverage on the outside.
But that's why we play those safeties back.
Yep.
Anthony sends a man in motion. Under pressure, throws it, makes the adjustment. Jones.
There they go with that over the middle crap again.
Yep. Ooh, they got no.
That receiver has it all. He can run and catch with the best of them. The defense better make sure that they have him covered.
Seventh play of this drive. About 4 to go. Out of the shotgun. Gets the pass off, and he slips out of bounds at the 36. Jenkins didn't have much room to do anything with that ball.
Yeah, they had the coverage, and they made the sure play instead of trying something fancy, like going for the pitch.
8th play of this drive, so they need about 3 here. Kansas City brings everyone up to the line of scrimmage to be in better position for any type of run. Hand it off.
Missed tackle there. Did you see that?
Yep.
Jeez. I lost the dice roll there, I guess.
You're just not getting any luck on this drive.
Yeah, well, like I said, though, I think that was probably a dice roll because normally you make that tackle, right?
Yep.
So they have first and 10 here. Only one man in the backfield. They'll go with a run once again. He can't wrap him up. He's at the 20. Number 52 takes him down.
This is smelling like one of those kinds of drives.
It's starting to smell, yep.
I always say is a good running game. A good running game can pick up first downs and get you a lot of time in possession and keep your own team's defense off the field.
Newsom in motion. On the call. Wade records the stop at the 14 and a pickup of about 2. The first down marker is just inside the 6-yard line. The backs are lined up in an eye. Anthony with a man in motion. On the ground. Jefferson with the tackle at the 10-yard line. Gain of 3.
Well, okay.
Ten yards away from the end zone. Quarterback back in the shotgun. Drops back. Lobs one into the end.
Yeah.
Getting greedy now.
Yep.
This is just a beautiful play.
They're going to have to settle for another field goal.
I mean, he gets up high.
Oh, look at that. That's Ben French playing the short zone there too, right? And you can get away with doing that when you got this short a field, right? A hook zone guy can stop a pass like that.
Yep.
And it's on its way through the uprights and good. The visiting team draw to within a touchdown. The visiting
Another
team
14
are
plays,
lined
eh?
up
Long drives this game.
return this
Yeah, well, that's the thing, though, right? Is that I think I finally may have found what I was aiming for, which is that. Oh, okay.
Aw.
Which is that I want to prevent big plays, right?
Yep.
You know, no long runs, no long passes.
So they have first
And a couple of times where you would have normally seen a long run there, even on that last series, well, both of the safeties were back there to team up on that guy, right?
Jenkins with a man in motion. Allen. Phillips.
Oh, your wide receiver made that run for you.
Allen
Yep.
showing no signs of slowing down as that gain puts him
You know,
on
I'm coming out there in like a 3 tight end formation, right?
Yeah, you're not even pretending you're going to pass now, right?
2nd and 4.
Oh, we'll pretend a little bit over here.
Uh-huh. Oh, look at this.
Looks like he's calling an audible.
Oh, well, with Easley in that spot, if they guard the flat there, then you'll be able to hit him with that pass.
With the throw.
Wow.
Still did.
Yeah, they were playing press coverage or something there, eh?
Yeah, they tried to jam him, but I think he's a little too big to jam.
That kind of hit would loosen
Didn't really look like it worked much.
Yeah.
It's 1st and 10.
So what I've been doing most of this game, because of the zone defenses, is I'm lining up with a wide receiver wide out on that side.
Yeah.
It's okay, I'll actually try this. I'll actually reverse the whole play.
Yeah, really, eh?
Allen.
Well, also, whoever you got at wide receiver there is doing a hell of a job blocking in this game.
Yeah, that's Alex Mills out there, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he's been doing a great job.
Well, the unstoppable force.
Should be able to run out the quarter now.
Yep. I don't even have to call another play. So there you go. Single back, big 3 tight ends. I've had a little trouble running these last few games, but I've resorted to this in order to make it easier.
I don't know, I think you're having a good game on the ground today.
I don't even know what my yardage total looks like.
I think Kelvin Allen's probably approaching 150 yards.
The teams are set for the
Sure feels like a slow day.
Which is good by... Well, yeah, well, you're not. You're basically just not running wild over these guys, right? They've actually played pretty well. They play... I noticed it appears they're playing a lot of zone defense.
Jenkins sends a man in motion.
They just ignored that tight end going over there.
Handed off to the back.
That they did.
Stops him at the 45-yard line. And he was able to create a lot of space on that run, John.
You know, like instead of allowing you to tear off a whole bunch of 20-plus yard runs, you're getting 6 yards or 5 yards. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm really grinding it out here.
Yeah. That's a little bit more measured pace.
Goes in motion. He'll get it again. Ball makes the
I
play.
tried to get around him,
48-yard line.
but he actually stuck with me. Wow, that was a bad spot, I think.
Yeah. And their safeties are good tacklers too, right? Like you haven't been able to break the tackles from them too often.
Yeah, not too many times.
They're 147 yards.
Oh,
The
brutal.
visiting team come out on a nickel package. Looks like he's changing the play.
So that's about what I figured you were getting.
it's a slow day. Oh, come on.
There you go. There's a...
On by Eaton.
Oh, that was Joe Winters.
Yeah, he missed him. All right.
Good play in the backfield.
Well, we're foobarred now.
Bring out a single back formation and see if you can run a stretch around
Yeah,
them.
you want me to try
Sure.
that?
Why
Okay,
not?
we'll try a stretch
You
run.
can always audible to a pass anyway.
The visiting team come out in the quarter
Yep.
defense. Jenkins sends a man in motion.
Definitely pass time.
With the throw.
Oh, he dropped it. He dropped it.
To the air on
No,
third
that time
down
I
for
threw it
the
at him because the safety was shading to the outside.
Yeah. Well, no, there was nothing wrong with the throw. He just didn't catch it.
Yeah, well, he was getting the helmet planted into his chest, in all fairness.
Yeah, but still, he had the opportunity to catch it, right?
Like that shows that they still need a little more work.
Wilt will come into this game to punt.
You're going to try and hit one of those guys with it, or what?
No, I'm just trying to punt it.
This one
I'm not
is
trying to hit
shallow and
anybody.
short.
Slow people up there a little bit, though.
Yeah. Well, you've been having pretty good luck with your punts this game anyway.
Yeah, it's been not bad.
So they have 1st and 10 here. Loosening up the coverage on the outside. Reynolds fakes the handle.
Whoa,
Well,
boy.
Perry can't catch, so...
Look at this big defensive lineman.
Yeah, there's Zach Mack gets a hand on it and bounces it up in the air.
Giving some cushion on the outside. Drops back. Pressure coming. Flings it to the outside. Swings it out to his running back. And he's ridden out at the 27-yard line. Looks
Oh,
like
well, he's going to go sit down now for a little while
Yep.
because he took a shot.
They need
Well,
six.
you've hit him enough times.
So as they get set to try to convert, here's what both teams have done on
Wow,
third
they
down.
have not been able to convert at all.
Conversions are usually a good barometer of how well your offense is playing. It means
Nice!
making big
There's
plays
Ben
when they
French getting in on it.
Knocks it down behind the line of scrimmage.
He's
He must
got
be
a
happy
good
getting
mix
his
of moves
sacks
when
now.
he rushes. He can beat you with a swim, the club, or the arm over.
Well, that's why I use the defensive end from that position sometimes too, especially if they've got a big
Bearcats.
fullback or something in there that they're using as an extra blocker.
Yeah,
A defensive lineman just has a better chance of overpowering that guy, right?
yeah. Yeah, we're gonna switch over to this for a little while.
They'll come out in the nickel. Marshall, the motion man.
That was an interesting motion, but then he didn't do anything.
Yeah, well, he didn't block.
He turned and it looked like he was going to try and block that guy, but then he just said, nah.
Yeah. So it didn't matter. Well, it didn't matter anyways because the
No.
other guy got pancaked.
Yeah.
But we get to see an animation of Kelvin Allen getting frustrated as usual.
Yeah. Well, this one has been a tough game so far.
Number 88, the man in motion. He'll get the call again.
There you go.
With the tackle at the 50. Allen has now crossed the 150-yard mark.
Took a lot of work to get 150 yards.
Yep.
They have to get the ball inside the 48 to convert for the first down.
Oh, look at this. Oh. What is this, a house blitz or something?
Possibly.
Well, they're not in man coverage.
No, they're dropping everybody off.
Oh.
So we'll throw it easily.
But it was a zone, right?
At the 43-yard line.
And that guy went out to the flat and left easily alone there.
Second
Yep.
long third down conversion on this drive. Mills in motion.
Playing zone defense again. Wow.
Hickson with the stop at the 39-yard line.
He's dominated out there in this one. He told me this week in practice that he was going to have a big game. He's really shown us that big playability.
Fifth play of this drive. They need 6. Calling an audible.
That's like the 4-3 over.
Yep.
Yeah, and that guy
That's a
escaped,
face mask,
but that's
though.
a face mask, so you'll at least get some of that yardage back.
Yo, I lost 5 and then got 5.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, these face masks are getting so big that you can start off going for a jersey and end up with a handful of face masks.
Well, I think we have to keep running the ball. We have a plan, and it's going to involve running the ball.
Better hurry, too. You got 8, 7.
Nickelback in this time.
They're gonna. You might want. Okay. Yeah, I was just gonna say you might have wanted to call a timeout there so that you could have a chance to try again because you got screwed out of that time. Well, I'd say go for it. That's what I think. But don't put Parkman on the field for this, in case you do have to throw a pass. Right? Seriously.
Well, I don't have a way to sub him out, so...
No, but put a single back formation out there then or something, because you'll be pissed if you go to throw that ball to him.
I think this will work out just fine. Look at that gap right in front of him.
Okay. Hopefully he can get through it then, and they don't shut the door on you while you try to get through it.
He tucks it away.
All right, made it.
That's why he's on the team, damn it. That's his job.
Yeah.
If he couldn't do those things, he wouldn't be on the team.
He was able to push forward enough to get the first.
Okay, we're going to run some counter some more.
Oh, they got everybody up on the line.
Well, they are shifted the wrong way. Maybe this will work.
No, because you don't get any
not.
blocking out there.
Yeah, that was easily not blocking
yeah,
that
the safety they brought up just forced his way past him. And
Defensive line wins that battle.
Yeah, and he was looking for a place to cut back. The defenders had all their gaps, and there was no place to cut at all.
They'll convert for the first down if they can get the ball inside the 21. Jenkins with a man in motion. Give it off again.
Amazing.
yeah, you didn't get a block from the wide receiver that time.
Yeah.
Rushing total over 150 on that carry.
Oh, we're still over 150 at least.
They'll convert for the first down. If they
Now, maybe
can
we'll
get the ball
catch them by
inside the
surprise.
21. They'll go with the
Well, it looks good.
White, the motion man.
Oh, look at this. Seen this look before.
Dropping back. Surveying the field with the throw.
Yeah, and he can just plain outrun that guy that's covering him, right?
Yep. Well, that's also why he's on the team, though, because he's a running back who can run and catch. Now we're in Parkman's territory.
So it's first and goal.
Yeah, actually, if you pound it at them 3 times and then kick a field goal, that should take most of the time, right? I'm okay with winning this game 17-6.
Number 86.
Well, they had you pretty stacked up that time, but you got 2 more tries.
Defense is always very aggressive when defending the run. They're extremely disciplined. They get off their blocks very quickly. Makes it tough to find openings when you're running.
With an 11-point lead and less than 3 minutes to play, I think we'd be in good shape.
Looks like he's changing the play. Allen was stuffed on that play, John.
They're just relentless when the offense decides to run the ball. They break down blocks very quickly. They do a good job maintaining their gap assignments, limiting cutback opportunities.
4 more yards to the end zone. Calling an audible now. Throws to the end zone.
Yeah, throws the touchdown pass.
Yeah, we'll just throw the touchdown pass.
Had a pretty good college career, so the expectations
Well,
are
that
high.
should pretty much put it away, I think.
I think so.
They'll get set for the extra point. The kick is up. The extra point attempt is good. The home team are taking control in this one. The home team are ready to kick the
Another
another
14-play drive.
Yep. And another 8 minutes off the clock.
Yeah, both teams have had their ball control
He got all of that
on today, that's for sure.
But our ball control is better.
Yeah, our ball control is better than their ball
one.
control,
Of course,
eh?
3 and out on the last
Well, now they're coming out and they've got all kinds of wide receivers here.
It's 1st and 10. The visiting team come out with 4 wide receivers lined up tight. Diving tackle at the
Well, you managed to keep him in bounds, so that'll keep the clock running.
Well, you know what? I'm not having any of that. If they want to bring out that many receivers on the line, I'm just going to put the dime package out there and send everybody deep.
He surveys the field, throwing. He hits his receiver. Thomas with
Wow,
the
he sure had a lot of time to run that crossing route.
Yep.
It's 1st and 10. Anthony will work out of the shotgun with the throw right to him. Jefferson takes him down at the 41. Dumps the ball out to his receiver, and that'll bring up a 1st down.
First downs are critical in this game. When the quarterback calls your number, you want to make sure you make the catch and don't mess something up.
He'll pass on 1st down. Throws it, and he makes no, he can't hold it in. Two-minute warning coming up. The quarterback is back in the shotgun.
There, you see that? That's what I was trying to explain earlier in this game.
Yeah, sometimes
With the linebackers lined up in the middle like that, and if I rip, I didn't exactly rip, but I managed to at least freeze the center in place, and the guard wants to pick this guy up, and if I've got the center, and if that gap is big enough,
he can't.
he runs straight ahead right through there before anybody else can react.
Yeah, that's an A-gap sack.
Because the tackles on both sides are too far away, right?
Yep.
To do anything about it. And that's a sack for Jerome Edwards.
So let's pick up the action.
That's a rare sight for him. But he's going to be getting a lot more of those this season, I bet.
I hope so.
You're going to have a very wide distribution of players who have sacks in this game.
Gets rid of it.
Well, that was crap coverage.
Yeah, that was garbage.
Calling an audible now.
Well, I guess I don't have to back everybody up anymore. Hurry up.
Dropping back to pass on 1st down.
That was almost a fumble.
Yeah. Yeah, he got rid of that in a pretty big hurry, didn't he?
And this is the 8th play of this drive. Closing in with the pass.
Crap coverage again.
Yep, that's the same guy, too.
Yep. That's Marco Gooden
Yep,
fucking it up.
yep, it's the same guy.
Looking for an option. Throws to the end zone. Incomplete pass.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but sometimes these players just seem to have off streaks or off days or whatever.
Yeah, or off plays. You know, like they'll play fine for...
You have to keep the chains moving.
Anthony scans the defense from the gun.
They'll play fine for most of the game, and then they'll have a couple of
Drops back. Slings
real
into the
brain fart plays, you know?
Find a way to keep possession.
But with the way they were running that play there, they would have thrown that one backwards.
11th play of this drive.
Well, we're going to assume they're passing here.
Anthony out of the gun. Looking
Oh,
downfield.
I got cut off. I couldn't quite get to him.
Working against him.
Well, that's okay, though, because you had all the guys in the area to stop that.
Yeah.
12th play of this drive. Difficult situation here, but not much else they can do but go for it. Dropping back, pressure, throwing.
Oh, come
Really?
on.
Wow. There was a lot of coverage in there, too.
That's just
Right.
how they practice it.
And they just forced it in there.
Yeah, well, and the guy was standing right there. All he had to do was reach his arm out. It was like watching Madden 04 out there,
Yeah.
where they just stand with their hands at their
Trying
sides.
to make it a 7-point spread as they go for the deuce. Reynolds.
Well, it's pretty chintzy when they manage to do something like that, but, you know, what can you do?
Gets them within a touchdown. And they'll try the onside kick here because they don't have much of a choice. They have to get the ball back. Onside kick.
Well, and they're not going to get it back. Wow, Clark is on the hands team.
Yep.
Defense looks
Well, they're
Our
not going to
hands
get it
team
back now.
sucks.
last effort.
They're not going to get it back, so I guess we did the job, right?
Yep.
So they have first and 10 here.
It's still, it's
It's
disappointing.
frustrating.
It's disappointing to play that well and then have something like that, which is strictly just a dice roll thing happen, right?
Yeah, I totally get it.
Looking for room.
Yeah,
Williams
just
brings
hold
it
on to the
down.
ball with both hands in case they try to force a fumble on you there again or something, right? I'd run the ball and make them use all their timeouts. Because if you punt the ball and pin them back deep and they have no timeouts, then I'll be able to keep them for the rest of the game, I'm pretty sure.
He sees something in the defense. Again, he'll get the call.
I just couldn't get around that guy.
Problems in the backfield.
See, they've only got one timeout left, so if you run now, they'll have to call that timeout.
3rd and long. The visiting team come out in a nickel package, changing the play now. Jenkins with a man in motion, calling an audible now. White.
Come on. See, that's why you don't run against the nickel defense. When you see guys like this and this,
Yeah,
basically
sitting
they're
in the-
going to instantly
Yeah,
go through these gaps
going to
no
shoot
matter
through
what.
those gaps no matter what. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the way the game.
What I should have done here, because you can call like fake audibles and stuff to get them to shift around and make other audibles their own. I should have called fake audibles to get them into either a shift to this side or a shift to this side. It doesn't matter which, as long as their linebackers aren't standing in like these two key places, right?
Yeah.
And if I'd have had more time, I definitely would have motioned easily into that gap, because you can see he picked up that guy.
Yeah, but
Or
I
if he
noticed
would have come through untouched.
you started with reduced time on the clock again after the timeout.
That's right.
That's okay. Just punt it back to them now, and we'll try and roll it to a stop inside the 20. And they won't be able to come back.
In a while, so out comes the punter. Very shallow punt.
Perfect.
They've got 1 minute exactly. It's all in your hands now.
So they have first and 10 here. Out of the gun. Dropping back, throwing. Comes up with it. He was really hit hard on that play.
Yeah, you talk about your depleter. That's what happened there. He unloaded, and he got a depleter. There are some teams who run the no-huddle offense better than their regular offense. Peyton Manning's an example of a quarterback who's a master of the no-huddle. And they need a masterful performance right here.
The quarterback gets set with only one back behind him. Under pressure with the throw.
Edwards got in there and got the hit, but
Yeah, he got the pressure, but
uh-oh, we've got an injury.
oh, you know what? They're just pulling out every little thing that they can to try and get placed like clock stoppages. That's what that was. That was a clock stoppage injury.
I think it'll be okay, though, because we've got Jamie Boston in there to back him up.
Yeah, well, the thing that I'm more pissed about, though, is the fact that that stops the clock, right?
Yeah.
They basically got themselves a free timeout.
Yep.
Right?
Adjustment. He has it. Anthony flung that pass in there.
Yeah, he can really fire it in there when he needs to.
And they're going without a huddle. Hill stops the clock with the spike.
I'll just keep doing what you're doing.
10.
Yep.
They're going with a form of bunch formation here. Drops back. Pressure coming with the throw. And
So you just make him keep throwing it short, because even running the hurry up like this, the more plays they have to run,
with the pass,
right? They'll run out of time, right?
Yep.
This offense is clicking. They're making the right calls at the right time.
He's rushing the offense back to the line. Spike stops the clock.
But you know what, though? You didn't give up any big plays this game.
So far.
Yeah.
The game's not over yet.
Knock on not wood.
They'll go from the shotgun. Anthony sends a man in motion. Throwing. He hits his receiver. Jones makes the stop at the 32-yard line.
You know what this does? It keeps one defense on the field. And it does.
You know what? I'm going to have to call a timeout because I'm all fucked up here.
Yeah, they're going to spike it anyways.
Matt stops the clock with that timeout.
They were going to spike it anyways. They were lining up to spike.
So this could be the last play of the game. The corners are giving a bit of a cushion. From the gun, Strickland in motion. Going to the air on first down.
Guts the sack.
Nice.
That's
It's
it.
over.
It's over. Cedric Perry comes up big.
The final score is
Yep.
Kansas City 21. Miami 14.
Yeah, they were a tough play, man.
Yeah, they were.
John Madden and Jill Arrington. This is Al Michaels saying goodbye.
I don't think their offense has really lost that much.
No, only a few points. They're actually, I think they're a pretty good team. It'll be interesting to see where they end up in the standings eventually.
Yep. Yeah, wow, were they tough.
But that's the thing I like about this new defensive system is it doesn't seem to give up big plays, right?
Yep. Oh, the rushing yardage.
Yeah, you lost the 2 yards below 150.
Yep.
But that's okay.
Son of a bitch.
And they actually managed decent numbers, but only getting 14 points on that kind of numbers, I think, is okay. But if you look at the time of possession too, it was pretty even, right?
Yep. Well, what that means is that I was just largely not successful on offense there.
Maybe. So Bo Jenkins had a decent day. He's got a good quarterback rating, 12 of 16, and 3 touchdown passes. Kelvin Allen still had a decent day, right? You did give the ball to him 37 times, but we got a few really bad breaks and bad bounces and things like that in this game too, right?
Yeah, it was a really hard game.
It was one of those ones where just about everything that could go wrong did.
Yep.
So anyway, look at that. Derek White was your leading receiver.
Yep.
Right? 6 catches for 71 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Catching those curls.
And one that was a 30-yard reception too, which is nice.
Yeah, he catches the short corner route too.
Yeah. See, and look at Danny Jones with 8 tackles. Edwards had a good game until he got knocked out, right?
Yep.
Got himself a sack. Cedric Perry with a couple of sacks. And Edwards got 3 tackles for a loss, too. Ben French got himself a sack. So there you go. Actually, yeah, they ran the ball a lot, which means that I had some pretty limited opportunities for sacks too, right? But 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pass deflections. I'm surprised that I didn't get an interception in that. But I would think that probably we're looking at Calvin out. Look at that. Your net average was 40 yards.
Yes.
On 6 punts.
We'll be number 1 in the league.
And you got 3 out of 6 inside the 20. So this guy
had an okay game.
He threw 42 passes though, right?
How the hell did they maintain the possession of the ball so long when they threw 42 passes?
I don't know. Because a lot of those passes were short.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
In fact, most of them were short. He only averaged 5.5 yards per pass. And when you throw 42 passes and you only average 5.5 yards per pass, that means you're not completing any deep ones, right?
Yeah, you're possession passing.
And he had 24 carries. He had a decent day, actually. 24 carries for 109 yards.
Yep.
And his longest run was 14. So they actually stuck with the possession offense, right?
Yeah, they ran an entirely possession offense, which is so rare for this game.
Yeah, really. You hardly ever see an AI team play this way. They actually, if every team played this way, we'd probably get a couple of losses a season,
Yeah,
too.
Probably. This was a hard game. It could have gone either way.
Yeah, I have to say that this game had kept the cheese to a minimum, and they actually played a decent competitive game, right? That guy there, I think, is their star wide receiver.
He didn't drop a pass. No. But they did have 3 drops, but they threw 42 passes.
Yeah, they threw 42 passes, and one of them was a halfback that dropped a pass, and the other one was this tight end, who is, I'm not sure he's a good quality player yet. This is only his 2nd year in the league, right? And I did not give up a pass longer than 21 yards, so... And their middle linebacker was all over the place, right? That's that super linebacker you were talking about?
Yeah.
He was everywhere.
The guy who...
5 tackles for a loss.
Pancakes fullbacks and...
Yeah.
Pancakes tight ends.
Yeah, and then that free safety, he had a good day too. And the strong safety. The safeties in the middle linebacker were really good players on this team, I think. 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 tackles for a loss.
So you just need to accept that you're going to run for 20 runs for a loss a game.
Yep, and 1 sack.
That means almost 40% of my run plays end in a loss.
Mm-hmm. Well, against this team they did anyway. But they only got 1 pass deflection. And of course they got the forced fumble there.
Yep.
Right. But I think it was big earlier, though, only like forcing them to kick those 2 field goals, too.
Yeah, that was vitally important. We would have lost that game without your defense.
So who's the player of the game? Calvin Allen?
No, it's going to be a defensive player.
No, I think it's going to be it's Derek White.
Oh,
because he had 6 catches for 71 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Yep. Well, there you go.
He takes his first step toward Offensive Rookie of the Year.
Yep, he's going to be Calvin Allen 2.0.
Anyway, boy, that one was a tough one, but we managed to come out on top.
Indeed.
So hopefully the next one will be a little easier.
Hopefully. I mean, the first game of the season always seems like it's a really hard one.
Yeah. Anyway, I guess until next time.
I'm RecV5.
And I am Sandman99.
Have a good one.